Okay, so our our story is going to begin far away from any one person. We're going to start by understanding whatever it is that is the place we are right now. At a long time ago, this land was a lush green land with vast forests, fields, many different sorts of animals, and a very traditional type of people. They had their shamans, god callers as they were called, with totems representing different beings, spirits, deities, fae, or whatever it was that influenced the land. And that was their belief, and that was where they lived. It was a very beautiful culture. The Khalids from this land were always something to behold, and just the view of the greenery all around was something everyone had to see before kicking the bucket. But a bit over 100 years ago, nobody knows exactly how or why. All we know is who. Relu Vorlash, now known as the architect of the Road Wound, the powerful sorceress, did some sort of ritual that split the fabric between the planes, between the various different parts of the multiverse we call our own. And with these first rifts, the first demonic creatures started emerging. At first, they were disorganized. They just walked around fighting everything they saw. They had no intentions, they had no plans. They were causing chaos and wreaking havoc. It's it was a very tough time when everything happened. Eroden had just disappeared from the world, and with that, the entire human population was in in that it was stunned, not understanding exactly what to do, what what humanity was going to be. The ground was shaking in places. Various storms were happening. Many different civil wars started, and other such vile creatures came from various different places. But with time, the Church of Iomede, the inheritor, the next one in line after Eredem, started to work on trying to control these creatures and stop them. It wasn't very successful, and a little time the creatures destroyed everything Sarkoris ever was. Any remnant of their culture was burned to the ground. Every last survivor of their people was slaughtered, if not by the demons that were coming out of the rifts, by the the own crusaders who thought their customs, their burning of woods, and their rituals of speaking to spirits were something to be feared, were a symptom of demonic possession. It didn't get better with time. While the demons pushed the crusaders back, they took the second bastion they had, the place inside of the world wound that carried uh, an artifact placed there by the inheritor herself, the Sword of Valor, as it was known, something that could stop the demons from using a lot of their powers, with a traitor that took it to himself to try and do something different. The banner was taken, and within one night, that bastion who stood for decades fell, and everybody inside was gone. The creatures tried attacking again. They attempted one strike against Canabres, one organized. The Storm King Karamzadeh was one of the responsible parties. The Balor attacked the Ward Stone and had the capability of cracking it for the first time. The Ward Stones, these huge monoliths that are placed all around the world wound. Monoliths placed way back in the First and the Second Crusades, when even the angels were coming to the universe to help fight against the demons. They understood Sarkaris was lost, but they had to do something to stop the demons from leaving. And now, a crack. That was enough to make even the most valorous crusader scared. But the defender of Canabris, paladin of Iomide, very, very powerful silver dragon, rose to defend the Wardstone, and with a fierce fight against the Storm King, she managed to wound him enough so he had to flee back to the abyss where he came. Now it's been a couple of decades since, or almost a decade since the last crusade. Nothing has happened. The Crusaders are starting to get complacent again. They're waiting for something to change. And all of that, all of the remaining Crusaders lay in this one final bastion in the frontier of the world wound. Canabris was never such a big city, especially until the First Crusade. It was just a small town on top of a cliff right next to the West Selen River. The West Selen River is a very good river for trade. The Selen rivers all around Golarion are extremely rich in trade. And the townsfolk of Canabris were innovative. They were industrious. The town itself was really high above the waterline, and they had to do something for the resources to climb. So they developed a wondrous structure of cranes and pumps to bring supplies and water from the river to the city they called home. But still, the city was small. At that time, only what we now call the Old Canabris was the city. When Sarkoris started falling, the people of Canabris looked to the west with horrified eyes. The sky burned, smoke drifted across what was now becoming no longer this green, lush land, but dry, cracked wasteland. Refugees started coming through the river and seeking safety in Canabris. They were allowed in. The Crusaders of Canabris, the people of Mendev, would never question refugees until a specific morning. A demon entered the city disguised as one of those refugees. 62 people died that morning before the demon vanished in a cloud of smoke. That was one of the turning points. The Crusaders understood the demons were willing to do anything, even prey on their own charity, on their own good deeds. And Canabria started refusing entrance to anybody who couldn't demonstrate the need. And even those had to do terrible tests to prove they weren't demons. Over the next decade, Canabria started growing and growing. At first, it was something like 3,000 people, but with refugees, researchers, adventurers, crusaders, it started growing to 8 to 10,000. The citizens started going east to work at the quarry, and demons sometimes attacked the water pumps, the caravans bringing stone from the quarry, food from the south. And the leaders of Canabris said they were willing to pay a reward for people who could protect the city. It took almost 3 years for a stonesmith to build the stone walls around the pumps, which fortified the water supply. And with so many people coming, new districts, new walls started being erected to build new residence for the people. And while the city grew, Old Canabris grew to the Ring District, the second district that was constructed, still in the top of this large mound. When New Canabris started growing to the side, they had to make a huge ramp that connected the two districts. And that was hardly strongly fortified, while the Ring District was a place of administrative buildings, of maintenance, of monitoring the pumps. The district of New Canabris was mostly residential. It's one of the older districts, and there's a lot of warehouses there. There's a lot of the biggest manors of the city. While New Canabris was being built, a lot of wealthy families decided to build homes there. It was just as safe as the old city, but a little bit more open to the air. A decade after that, the Gate District started being constructed. They understand the new houses just weren't enough and started constructing the largest district of Canabris. There's a bunch of residential, a bunch of commercial, a bunch of wealthy families. There are temples to Senrei, Shelin, Abadar, Torag, just as well as smithies, wood shops. And currently the two outside gates, the north gate and the south gate, lead to this district. There is another technically a district of Canabris, though it's far off to the east. The Truthstone Quarry is a place where people live and work. It's a place where caravans go to and from with stone for more buildings for better defenses. Guards are always protecting those caravans and avoiding coordinated demon attacks. The stone is something vital to Canabris. With time, it's always a little bit damaged and has to be replaced or fixed. There's a bunch of places you all know about Canabris. The amphitheater was something huge. One of the places that were there since the start, right in the middle of the Truthstone Park. Park, a park place for distraction of tales of heroes, but also of sacrifice of duty. The Cathedral of St. Plidewell in the heart of the Central Tier is the Grand Temple. The name of the cathedral, St. Plidewell, was a champion of Iomedae who sacrificed himself to stop some horde of demons. The cathedral is a beautiful stone building with a green copper steeple and stained glass windows, telling the tale of this imprisonment, of this sacrifice St. Plidewell did. It's where wounded warriors are taken, and the priests perform blessings on every crusader about to venture into the Whirlwind. Although the Temple of Iomedae, on the other side of the district, serves the everyday needs of the people, the cathedral is more for important services and gatherings. The Plidewell Plaza right in front is the center of the festival, the festivals of the town. Now, a lot of the Gate District carry that role, but it's the official place. In the north of the city, a lot of crusaders who are just waiting for a chance to go out and slay some demons stay camped. They are too much for the city, and that caused a lot of logistical issues. And while a lot of inns were completely filled, the law enforcement started regulating the inns and started asking for crusaders to maintain their own camps outside the city walls. The largest of those inns in Canabris is the Defender's Heart, that large stone structure with dozens of rooms, a bunch of good food, and a wide selection of refreshments. The owner was a mercenary. He lost his right arm in a clash with demons, and now he spends his time talking to the able-bodied soldiers who go back to his establishment to tell the stories and get some discounts and some beer. These stories are all in the Hall of Heroes. These halls of heroism and nobility. The place where people go to gather strength when times are dark. The Hall of Heroes is the place where we see the most revered champions of Canabris. Stone statues of heroes line the central hallways, and behind the statues, the plaques with the names of the dead. In between the walls of the first and the second district was built a kite, a stone structure with this symbol of a shield 18 feet long hanging from the centermost water pump. The curved surface shows the sigil of Canabris towards the world wound. And at the end of this artery, Stone Keep houses this city's wardstone, the one that keeps the demons from overrunning the world wound's borders. While the Hall of Heroes is a place for the stories to be told and the heroes to be lauded, the Librarium of the Broken Back Wing is a place where more of demon artifacts are kept. While Quentinus Orlum, the wizard who is the main librarian currently, brought back a broken wing of a rock he fought. He made this library for demonology and planar travel. There is a museum of demon arts and trophies and equipment. Orlun nowadays is a lot older than he was when he fought that rock, but he is still the overseer of these tomes and scrolls and is one of the most knowledgeable people in all of Canabris. The other tower that was built in the city to hold volumes of history was the Tower of Estrad, built by a researcher now long dead. The tower was acquired by the city, and nowadays researchers and wizards occupy it, using it as a temporary library or laboratory. They pay a fee to the city and use the tower for a little bit. The water pumps on the side are these three contraptions of steel and wood that rise from the riverbed. Each of them draws water to a different reservoir. There's one in Old Canabris, one in Truestone Park, and one in the north of Ring District. It's more expensive, but it's safer if one of them is destroyed or contaminated. The city of Canabris is huge, and there is a lot of different people. It's something people usually know about the different factions or just groups of people, while the Crusaders themselves aren't a proper organization. Any person can volunteer to be a part of the Crusade. They have large, well-established organizations, but also smaller orders. There's just adventure parties, mercenary groups with a few dozen people. Some of these orders are just a few friends with a name they made up. You might know some of these names. The Everbright Crusaders, the most virtuous of knights, with temperance and restraint. Their commander, Char Cobelan, is a humble, good-natured person and is widely regarded as one of the most approachable of them. The Order of the Flaming Lance is one that believes in doing what has to be done. They still follow the laws, but sometimes they stretch a little bit what that might mean. The leader of them, the Crusader Myanmar, stays more time in Blackwing than in the camps with their people. The Order of the Sunrise Sword is another well-established one in Canabris. They had great ballads on the Crusades, but something happened where a lot of them were possessed by demons, so they started focusing on exorcism. Their commander, Asha's Streetcar, is a somber and soft-spoken person that specializes specifically in recognizing and stopping demonic possession. But while these are groups that focus on the world wound, on the demons, there are crusaders who focus on the inside. The Eagle Watch is a group of crusaders, of guards, that realize that while the demons are on the other side of the world wound, a lot of their enemies walk the same streets as them. The Eagle Watch understands that while the demons coming into the world are a much larger issue than Andoran and Chaliax, he saw that the other crusaders are also prone to all of these vices, all of this corruption. And a lot of crusaders, most crusaders, see the Eagle Watch as something annoying. And even the leader of Canabris, Hurun himself, works to keep them marginalized, off to the side. There are a few other important names to know. Hurun, the most notorious crusader in Canabris, the leader of the city, he's also the head of one of its most dangerous groups, the Witch Hunters. Started during the First Crusade, they understood that the demons were capable of influencing people, and they, with their righteous fervor, try to stop these demon influences from coming to their city. A lot of times during the First and Second Crusade, they saw the wooden fetishes and the shamanistic rituals as evidence of demonic influence, and killed a lot of Sarkarian people. But as the years passed, the witch hunters started to be more formalized. They are a little bit more tactical, but still somewhat trial and horror. And while they gained reputation for being cruel and arbitrary, they weren't always deserving of this reputation. Genuine witch hunters do exist. They use divination magic, cautious investigation to draw out and destroy the fiends, but they're rare inside of the Inquisition. The leader, Hurun, is one of the most enthusiastic and active witch hunters. And the power he has, he says he's able to just know somebody is possessed. And incredibly, it seems he might be correct. The less known factions are the Blackfire Adepts. They are mages that don't speak a lot about their goals, about what they're doing. They come here, they talk about planar energies, and they go out to the world wanting to explore, to understand. They might not want to open or close the world wound, but to gather its power. On the other side, but still mysterious the same, the Rift Wardens are a secretive order. They they have a leader who is absolutely unknown, but there is a popular figure that speaks for them. Beltran Ravenkin is a gregarious man who always knows the latest gossip. The problem is he is a specialist in answering questions without answering questions. And while the last group of notes is one that everybody knows, it's also one that everybody fears. The Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth, a name so close to the Crusaders. The cult of Lord Baphomet itself. It's the Lord of the Minotaurs is not a force of destruction and chaos in a dumb and violent way. Just as he took his own prison as his stronghold, he works cunningly, subtly. He influences, he converts, he corrupts. He spreads lies and sows the seeds of fear with voices ever sweetened by magic. They scheme to subvert the good work of the Crusaders, and some of them even fight the demons. They assume the roles of Crusaders. They fight in the ranks, waiting for just the right moment where they can use their treachery to achieve the most foul end. People know about the Templars. People know the dangers they pose. But while the Crusades are perceptive, the Templars are stealthy, cunning, and we never know how deep they've spread their roots in this city. But well, this is Canabris. This is Canabris now, after the Fourth Crusade. And while the Crusades themselves were a very big influence in the city, the Crusaders themselves were always a people of training, of understanding their history, of working with the past to be better in the future. And nothing tells that story better than Armas. Armas is a festival that happens every year in Canabris. Not only in Canabris, it is something that's important to the entire faithful, the entire faith of Iomedae. It was once dedicated to the god Eredin, but still, they like to continue the tradition. They talk about military history. They talk about the old crusades. They talk about the victories and the losses the Crusaders had. They hope to prevent the mistakes of the past. Along that, they also try and train commoners a little bit in combat. After all, if a demon manages to show up, it's better a commoner trained with a stick than one that will just scream and flee. And with some of those commoners showing rare talent, they might apprentice clergy, they might squire knights, and while this religious, this crusading significance exists, most people that don't follow the inheritor just party. And that is so visible in the outside world that Cheliax itself prohibited the Armas. And the Armas is a big event, not only to the people in Canabres, but to the people who come to Canabres. It is a time of the year where you can come and see stories being told by all of the theaters, by all of the crusaders, about all of the different battles, all of the different adventures that happened. And the spectacles are huge. The Cathedral of St. Clydwell was always in some sort of mass. The Gate District is always filled to the brim with people partying in the streets. It is a place of joy, of commemorating the past glory, just as well as trying to prevent the future's mistake. And this is where we're going to begin. The date is it's the 19th of Erdus. 19th Erdus of 4731 or 13. The year is wrong. And we're currently in the right before the third day of the Armas. The city is bustling. There are people all around, partying, singing, telling, and hearing songs. The merchants are getting rich with the newfound movement. And while everything here is happening, while everything is so words escaped from my head. While everything is so festive, people inside of the city have to work. While the crusaders are drunk, while the city's folk are drunk, somebody has to keep peace. Somebody has to keep watch on everything that's happening. Somebody has to make sure nobody is doing anything wrong. And it's pretty common for the Eagle Watch to take that role. After all, they end up being the guards of the city in everything but name. And while they do that role as best as they can, they just don't have the people. And most of the time, they ask for adventurers, they ask for crusaders, they ask for some volunteers. You might be some of these volunteers. You might be employed by the Eagle Watch from the start. But before we start understanding what they're doing, let's understand who they are and why Canabres, of all places, a place known to be dangerous, known to be a place right in front of death itself, It isn't for the weak of heart. It isn't for somebody who doesn't have a goal or really bad ideas. And who are these people who this story is going to be about? And in this type of situation, I'm going to ask you to tell me a little bit about your characters. At this point, the idea is to be more of a proper introduction, a proper placing of the character in the setting. Why they came to Canabris, who they are, what's their appearance, what do they do, without going too far into their backstory. We don't need that much yet, but just to understand who our heroes are going to be. Every once in a while, I might bring up another one of these questions for you to fill in, to make our characters seem more human, more people. And usually I do the Discorder going top to bottom. But today, since the first person has their mouth in a serious condition, and while we're going to do something bigger than normal, I'm going to open up to whoever wants to start.
I'm actually feeling pretty good. My pain mid's kicked in, so I can start.
Nice.
Yeah.
Happy to hear.
Did you want a like a like both like visual and like character backstory type thing?
The it's not a character backstory. It's just a little bit of setting the character in the world, like a little bit of why they came here, why are they here, were they born in Canabris, did they do anything special in Canabris, or
Gotcha.
why are they involved in the Crusades, or are they just here because money?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Dale grew up pretty far from the Crusades and the war. I mean, you know, he the Crusaders have been around, but he's always kind of lived slightly on the outskirts, tending, you know, people still need to eat, so wheat fields and driving oxen were kind of how he grew up. He's a lean and toned young man, probably around 24, 23 years old. Dark brown hair, sun hat, his whatever armor pieces he wears pretty uncomfortably, as they're pretty recent donations from the soldiers he rescued. One day, the only really special thing about Dale is the katana he carries on his hip. That seems kind of out of place on him. It's pretty ornate, both the sheath and the hilt. And it's the only thing that look remotely fancy about him. When Dale one day Dale was doing a delivery trip to a group of camping crusaders. He was told to, you know, deliver some rations and some service animals like horses and stuff. When a demon managed to slip through the wardstone's weakened defenses and start causing havoc. He grabbed his family sword and charged in to help. And when the blade hit a demon, Dale's golden light appeared, and strange, like, golden fish scales appeared on his arm and face, and he helped defeat the demon with the Crusaders. Dale had no idea where this came from. All he knew was that sword was an old heirloom from his family's old country, from when they immigrated from across the sea. Unfortunately, now Dale was being hoisted up as a hero of these kind of lower no-name crusaders. A lot of them look at him as like a new weapon against the demons. They've given him armor. They've kind of pushed him into the city with the goal of like establishing himself and making himself known to like help as the newest big weapon against the demons. And he doesn't know what to do. He is completely a fish out of water. You know, he's only gone into the Kenebris like official a few times. And so he is horribly uncomfortable, but he does realize that he can do something to help, and he wants to help, but he just doesn't feel comfortable being thrust into this responsibility of being a new light for the people. If you've spent any time amongst the Crusaders, rumors about this farm boy with a golden sword and a golden aura have kind of gone through the lower ranks. Most of the high-ranking people don't just kind of see it as nothing, or a curious rumor. But a lot of the low-level Crusaders kind of have adopted him as like a new face for the cause, and so you might have heard rumors about him and the fight, which has taken on, By the time like word got back to the city about what happened, you'd swear he fought off a Baelor 1v1. By the way people are talking. He's in Kenebris during the festival because he was kind of pushed there to go there and to like introduce himself to maybe one of the head Crusader factions and join them and become a big deal.
And while you go to the city and introduce yourself, it's very fast during the festival times for people to point you towards a place where you can make yourself better known to help people in a more concrete way. The Eagle Watch currently is really in need of staff, and there are things from looking and watching kids in the festival grounds so they don't steal anything from the merchants, to helping push crates around and carry beer from one side of the city to another, and be in the gates helping to check all of the different goods the merchants or the travelers are bringing in. There's a bunch of work to do, and somebody who wants to make their name known, but that's the place to go.
Okay, perfect. Dale would definitely find himself like more comfortable being the person lifting crates and moving stuff around, but he get people look at him and be like, "Oh, you must be here to watch over us," and he's like, "Yep, sure." So that's him.
So who wants to go next?
Well, we can continue going down the line, like you first suggested, so I can go next. I'll keep this one shorter since I think Lottie is not going to be nearly as well known to, the other characters as Dale is. But the short version is that she grew up mostly in the small town of Craigo, which is out in the woods to the east, kind of far to the southeast of Kenebris. But after a demon attack, she nearly died and was just barely saved by a patrol, and was brought back to Kenebris to be healed. Since then, she's ended up working for them as a as like an armorer, and maintaining like the siege weapons and such like that. I think she's working with the Eagle Watch because I haven't really thought of which order in particular she's working for, but it's entirely possible she's just an employee of the Eagle Watch, and that's why she's working with them right now.
A lot of the artisans in the town aren't working with one specific faction as well. They work with the Crusades, with the people, with the city. And while sometimes one of these orders come and make a huge request, a bunch of equipment, or just buy an entire stock all at once, most of the times it's more city with a bunch of adventurers. You have to have stock ready. You have to do a bunch of repairing work, and you know the big names of the artisans of the city. You know the biggest forge back in the ring district is home to Joran. What's his name? Joran. Ah, what's the surname? I forgot the surname. Names.
Good old
Joran
what's her name?
Bane.
Oh yeah, sure. Man, yeah.
The name, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the Joran Bane is a dwarf, very capable blacksmith that currently works in the biggest forge of the city. He doesn't do much for money. He does it for the love of the craft, and he mostly helps out the crusade and the crusaders, not working too much with adventurers. They say the city itself pays him because he didn't put any prices on the things he made for the crusaders, and so they just commission him to work for the city and pay him a salary.
Okay, yep. Yeah, well, Lottie mostly does jobs for the various soldiers working as an armorer, so it's possible she's, I don't know, worked with or under Joran before. Yeah, if you recall, last week I mentioned like the last language she took, and you suggested Orcish if she's worked with Erebeth before.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are that? She's working with this festival. I guess just because she has connections with the various orders and has just gotten kind of roped into this because they needed more people.
Yeah,
more people they know to trust.
The artisans are hard at work during the festival. Well, sometimes in their own workshops, but also just helping around something that needs to be set up, something that needs to be torn down. It's a bunch of repair work, and usually just stuff happens all around. It's really tiring, but it does pay well.
Okay. Anyway, that's me. I guess like actual physical description, that kind of thing we could do once your characters actually meet. I don't know.
Yeah. So going down, Tragar.
All right. So, do I have? Yep, my mic's on. I'm not leaning on the button again.
It is.
All right. I have a habit of leaning on the mute button. So Tragar has been here for a long time, but excuse me, sorry. Sorry about that. Tragar has been here for a long time, but kind of in that way where he's just sort of been around for so long that it's not terribly remarkable. So he can be just someone you're familiar with, but not necessarily someone you may have making big waves. He came here not by choice from Cheliax in the very earliest days of the Fourth Crusade, and as luck would have it, found it possible for him to settle and make a life of his own here, and has been doing so ever since. He was married. He lost his partner many years ago. And now he helps the crusade and is just a citizen of Canabaris. He has skill. He has skill at medicine and herbalism. And if he has magic, or if you think he does, he's not confirming or denying that.
While people usually go to the big temples for healing, and especially in this sort of festival setting, people have minor wounds, have
He'll take
hangovers.
he'll take care of the stuff that the Crusaders don't have time. Like, he'll do stuff like deliver babies, treat a cold, stuff you're not gonna go to the healing priests in the Crusader city for, you know?
Yes, especially in this festival time, there's a bunch of smaller stuff that needs to be done that's just as important as the big stuff in the end of things.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily need a priest of Ioma Day to give you a Tylenol. He will give you a
Or
Tylenol.
to you.
Or do you?
Okay, so
Just so
while
long as the
you
Witchfinder General doesn't come sniffing around my house, we're fine.
so while you help with the medical work, how does Remisan spend, or how does Remisan end up here?
Ramasan won't tell the rest of the players how he ended up here, because that's backstory for another time. But Ramasan spends most of his days in Kandaris, either attending service and helping out the clerics of Shilin, as well as practicing art with them, and training with the Crusaders, perhaps Eagleguard. I don't really know which one he'd be training with. And Lottie and him know each other from her first time entering the city. And people might know Ramasan from just his flirtatious and lighthearted attitude that he has as he moves throughout the city, interacting with various peoples, trying to spread joy and his art to help alleviate the tired minds from the ever-whelming threat of the world wound.
And Shalin is somebody who has a following in Canabras, and especially in these trying times, having a way to just think of the good things, of hearing the good songs, the good parts of the story that happened before, is a really important thing, and is something that some people forgot how to do. So somebody that's capable in helping everyone regain that happiness, that hope that things are going to go well, that's a skill much needed in time in a place like this. And while everyone is helping in their own ways, all of you are going to be given some days of work, some days of rest. At the end of things, you're all citizens as well. You're also residents. You also have the you also have the right to participate in the festival, like all of the other citizens. And while this work occupies a lot of your days, on the third day of the festival, you're given this one day off to just live a little bit, to just be and pass your time with whatever it is you would enjoy doing in a place like this. And what is it that you would do in a joyous city of Canabris like it is at this moment?
Same thing I do every day. Delight the ladies and bring light to the world with my voice.
Dale would be holding a drink in his hand, not drinking it, just someone handed it to him and he accepted, and he's kind of looking around. You know, he's never quite seen so many people in one place, except for 3 times he's been to Canabras in the past. So he's just kind of basically looking like a like a bumpkin, just kind of gawping and staring at all the things in the big city. He's not sure really what to do with himself, so he's just kind of standing there awkwardly, probably out of the way somewhat.
Yeah, Lottie, I think, is walking around. She's trying to go and have fun, but lately she's had a kind of a bad premonition, so she's just kind of walking around nervously, not actually enjoying herself.
Traegar is having a nice sit. He's having a nice sit down, probably under some sort of tree, if there's a tree to be sat upon, and he is going to have himself a little snack.
That is
his idea of a nice time. Is a nice snack.
Yeah, there is a
under
bunch
tree.
of good parks in Canabras. The Tombstone Park is one of the big ones. There is one in the Gate District as well, near the rich people houses. There is a huge lake with a bunch of nice benches to sit on. New Canabras is also a good place to sit. That while this festival thing happens, the more rowdy part of the population go to the Gate District, the more open and populous part, while New Canabras stays with the more reserved and mostly the old folk. So it's a lot more silence and calm and ambiance.
I'm gonna do that.
Lottie, my dear, why do you seem so distraught on this day of joyous days?
Yes, it is. Oh, I've just been worried lately. You see, well, from a series of reasons that I made this new armor, I've just been wondering. Oh, it is no big trouble. You should not ruin your own enjoyment because of it.
Oh, Lottie.
Hopefully it is just nothing.
We live our lives surrounded by demons every day. Of course, there's something to be worried about. But one of life's lessons is learning to take your anxiety and put it aside so that you might enjoy the moment. For you can still have fun while keeping an eye out for danger. In fact, one could even suggest that by engaging in genuine joy while keeping an eye out for danger, you're all more the effective of a god, as no one suspects you.
Oh. Well, it is not as though I was actually guarding. I was just wondering, but yes, you're right. I should try to have fun. Yes, I suppose that is the sort of thing that yes. Okay, I will try. I will try.
Yeah, let us make merry. I will spend my day with you.
Okay, so this is a very, very pleasant day for most of you to be able to see the festival from the other side. You see the Crusaders, the Eagle Guard, working hard to make sure things go as well as they can go. They hold these big presentations, these big fighting lessons for the civilians. You see various different levels of knights together side by side, teaching the young folks how to swing a wooden sword, so they're more willing and just better prepared to what might be their lives in the future. And this moment, this joyous occasion is something that's really needed when the times are as complex as they usually are in Canabris. But unfortunately, work calls again, and the next day, the Eagle Watch calls you to their headquarters in the Grey Garrison. It's a smaller city. It's a smaller structure in Old Canabris. One with a lot less renown, a lot less of interesting things to happen. Let me put it in the map.
See, Lottie, what did I tell you? By enjoying the day yesterday, you had some fun while nothing bad happened, and now the bad thing appears to be happening today.
Oh, that is good. Wait. What?
What, do you think the Eagle God would call us in on our day off for any little thing?
I suppose not. Hopefully it is not too bad.
Nothing that song and steel cannot conquer.
You see this large stone building. It's really uninteresting to look at from the outside. It has no distinguishable windows. It seems to be 3 stories tall, and in some places 2 stories tall in the rest. And the main entrance is this large room with a wonderful relief on the back wall, presenting the Crusaders with on their horses, riding towards this bunch of demons who are cowering and being struck by their spears. And the leader of the Eagle Watch is just on the room to the side, on the left. And while you enter there, maybe not at the same time, maybe you wait a little bit there, and you see the leader of the Eagle Watch, somebody that, while usually her name is spoken with more of a distasteful idea instead of a proper happy one, you do know this person. She is one of the more well-known individuals in town. Irabeth Tirabad, the leader of the Eagle Watch, Paladin of Ayamade. She is usually quite stern. She usually has tired eyes, a somewhat angry expression. It's like she's always in a bad mood, although that's probably because with the amount of work she has to do organizing everything, she doesn't have a lot of time to spare. And right to her side is somebody that works for the guard in a very different way. She's more of the information gathering side of things, working with less savory individuals. You also know her quite well from the work she does behind the scenes. Anevia Tirabad, wife of the leader, and probably somebody as important in the guard as she is. And while I reveal these characters for you, I'm going to explain how NPCs work here, and so we can organize things properly. If you go to the actors page in the right side, it's the fourth icon, the little person icon. On the bottom, there is this flying spaghetti monster-like creature, the bestiary tracker. And
Oh, shit.
there, you are able to see the NPC gallery. And on the NPC gallery, you're going to be able to see the two characters that were just presented. They have these slots for writing personality, appearance, background. They're a place for the players themselves to write notes. You can edit that and write whatever you want. There's also a place for me as a GM to write notes, and there is a place for dispositions once the characters are more interactable in a social setting sense. These are going to be able to these are going to properly represent the opinion of the NPCs towards all of you.
You can also get a macro for it if you just search for bestiary in the compendium pack.
If there is also something for that for every enemy you're going to find, and you just can double click their token and it opens up their bestiary page. So I'll usually sort things in the bestiary by either faction or allegiance or whatever category is appropriate to see. Was everybody able to find the NPC page?
Yep,
Found it.
I
I
did.
can also kill NPCs if I want. They get striked out.
Irbeth, I see you had another late evening.
As always, this
Well, you are
festival
married.
doesn't make things easy.
Oh yes, look. Yes, I was talking about the book.
I wish I could spend one proper night with my wife in these annoying festival times, but you know how things are. Work needs to be done.
Well, how may we ease your burdens?
Yeah, with that said, there's a bunch of paperwork to be done, and we had some kobold owner of a tavern in New Canabris that was supposed to deliver a couple of barrels of beer to the northmost festival square in the Gate District, and he's late, a day late currently, and I don't have the men to spare to go check on him and whatever might have happened to the beer he was going to send us. It might have rotten, it might have been sold there and he's not telling us, or whatever it is. Just go there, find out what happens, and if you can fix something, fix it.
Oh, for a second there, boss, I thought you were going to have us do the paperwork. My spelling and, writing ain't so good.
Don't give her
Anevia
ideas.
laughs with you saying that and goes, Beth wouldn't make you do any of that. She's very particular with how these notes are written.
Whew, and she wouldn't like me. Whenever I have to ride something, I'm shakier than a bird who's just been shot at with a bow.
Oh. Hopefully he's some beer problem. Is that he's what my premonition was? If this is the problem, that would be a relief.
Lottie, when you're always anxious, you're always going to have a premonition.
Irabeth agrees and says, "In a place like this, premonitions are the best nightmares you can have. You just have to understand it's the place doing this to you."
I suppose so. Thank you, Lady Tirabaid. And hey, if we're going to be rolling barrels of beer around, that could be a good time to test the functions of this armor. And Lottie like stretches out and like little motor noises from the armor she moves.
You see, challenge breeds innovation.
I don't know none about that,
Yes,
but that is some fancy looking duds.
And sometimes it breeds a little bit of bureaucracy, so the Irabeth slides a note on top of the table towards you. If Ivan says something about not being able to deliver anything, you have my written permission to ask him a little bit harsher in words.
Ah, shoot, I'm sure we can all come to some sort of agreement. It's probably just some sort of mistake.
Yeah, but sometimes these merchant folk need some scolding before they do the right thing.
Yes, I'm sure that in a city surrounded by demons, that the kobold suddenly got greedy.
Might not be just suddenly, might just have always been. Wouldn't be the first.
There are definitely many greedy people out there.
But my lady Erebeth, other than Lottie, I have not been able to formally make the acquaintance of these other two.
Oh yes, that would be wonderful to know their names.
Yes, if we're going to be working together, we should at least know each other's names. And perhaps even capabilities, should something occur.
Irabeth nods but looks a little bit towards the door. I think you can do that outside. I have more paperwork and people to attend to if you don't mind.
Oh, of course, Lady Tirabaid. I hope that it goes a little bit smoother.
Anevia gives a smile and a goodbye wave as she walks towards Irabeth and pokes her a little bit, saying in a low voice, "You have to start treating these people better. They're working for you, no?"
So yeah, we go outside, or I go outside, and I leave her to. I let her get on with her paperwork, and I'll wait for everyone else if I'm the first one out.
Yep.
I shall leave as well.
Yes.
The best equivalent to a salute that he can do, and scurries out.
Yep, Lottie does like a bow and then starts like trying to run backwards before righting herself and leaving the normal way.
Until next time that I have the pleasure.
Irabeth gives a more proper salute and slight nod of head to let you outside, and goes back to shuffling papers and letting the next person in. You see that just like when you got in and had to wait a couple dozen minutes to be heard, there is almost a line outside. There's
a bunch of clearly adventuring sorts that are chattering, that are waiting for their turn, just trying to pass the time before getting their new orders.
I believe there were introductions in order.
Well, as you all are already, as you all already know, I am Ramasan, Bard, weaver of tale and song.
A pleasure to meet you officially, Ramasan. I'm Tragar, just a healer of some small talent.
Oh, it is good to know. Healing, it is a wonderful skill to have. My name is Latiago Forts. I am a armorer who works with the watch often. And Lottie offers handshake to Traegard, and then turns to Dale and offers a handshake like way up because she's like not even 3 feet tall.
Oh, yes, pleasure. Dale Ironford. I'm I'm a farmer. Actually, sorry, supposed to say, I guess now I'm a crusader. Sorta, kinda. Not really
Dale
sure.
Ironfords? Well, I've heard so much about you. It is an honor to be in your presence. Sorry, I did not know that it was you.
Oh, no. Trust me, it's being in my presence is a pretty normal thing. Plenty of grass and trees and people are in it all the time.
Okay. Well, what an heroic attitude. Okay.
We are surrounded by heroes in Kenabari's Lottie, and you are one of them.
I'm not so sure about that, but it is a wonderful sentiment.
You take a beating like no one else. Trust me, there is something heroic in that.
Okay. Is it? Yeah, yes, I should think of it that way. Yes, that would be much more positive. and she mumbles to herself for a while, whiskers twitching.
So I didn't catch where. Do we actually know where we're heading, or we know where we're heading? Where are we heading?
You see the paper Irabeth gave you talks about Ivan, the owner of the Great Pigeon, a small-ish tavern in the district of New Canabris. It's a bit away from where you are in the Grey Garrison, but doesn't take too long. Half an hour walk from one side to the other in a regular day with the movement up and down the ramp. You can add another 20 minutes on top of that, and you're finally down on the calmer streets of New Canabris. You look around and you see that while the main festivities happen in the events in Old Canabris and the Ring District, or in the partying in the Gate District, the people here are celebrating in their own sort of way. The streets are all decorated. There are these small banners on the windows and on top of the streets, going from the window of one house to another. You see that the Tower of Estrad is bubbling with activity. There is a bunch of wizards and alchemists there working to make new concoctions, or just to try and make some more interesting beer for the more foolhardy to taste in a situation like this. And
You see that there is also a bunch of people around the Hall of Heroes, and while the festivities are usually very happy, people around there are a little bit in a more somber atmosphere. Some of them have tears in their eyes, are holding precious ones, are thinking of the past, and tears that might be of sadness, but also might be of pride, of happiness, of relief in being where they are. You see that the people there all deeply respect the figures in the Hall of Heroes.
Oh,
And
some folks here got bigger houses than I seen barns. What do they do with all that space?
Yes.
I believe they walk in it.
Well, get a good workout, I suppose.
Yes, I get a little bit nervous if I have the ceiling so high and also its rooms.
Every ceiling is so high to you, Lottie.
Yes, well, it's not exactly silky architecture, yes, but it is nothing. It's foolish to even talk.
Oh, you were never foolish to express yourself.
Oh, hey, I think that's that place. The pigeon, the gray one.
you see this L-shaped building. It has the ever-present little plaque on the outside with the symbol of the place. It's a mug with a bubbling beer and a bird perched on the side of the cup with its head pointing down as if it was just starting to drink from the cup. You see the doors are closed, the windows also are shut, and the people around the old people sitting in small benches to the side, or playing chess in small tables, or talking a little bit about the recent happenings, don't seem to be cognizant of anything different happening. That it doesn't seem to be a situation for them if they know anything.
Any kobolds around?
You see the usuals of Canabras, mostly humans, some Ayuvarin, some Droma, and the odd halfling or elf every now and then. Doesn't seem to be any more distinct ancestries around.
You know, I was thinking, I just realized I don't much know what a kobold looks like. You folks?
Generally, like a small dragon or large lizard.
Oh.
Lottie will sniff the air to see if she can smell. I don't know, like a rotting beer or whatever speculation there was.
I will recall knowledge.
On?
What kobolds are?
Okay, so you have dubious knowledge. So you know kobolds are these lizard-like creatures that are drawn to places of great power, and sometimes that is somewhere like a lair of a bigger dragon. Sometimes that is a sewer with a lot of magic in it. And you know that they are
very common sewer dwellers in cities.
Perhaps he's living in the sewers, since kobolds are reptile-like creatures. Small, bipedal, roughly 3.5 feet, and they are attracted to sources of great power.
And
All these fancy houses, and he's living in a sewer?
is there great power in the sewers?
I hear the rent is cheap.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I suppose I could see that.
with the economy the way it is. Okay, so Lottie, you're trying to search for weird noises, right? Or scents.
Yeah, it was speculated that maybe the beer might have gone bad, so Lottie's like sniffing the air to see if she can smell beer that's gone bad or something like that.
Yeah. The smell you're going to be able to get is a little bit of the smell of dust as you get closer and closer to the closed door of the establishment. It seems to have that slight. It isn't quite a stench, but like that annoying smell when the ground is covered in some dust, some just random dirt that hasn't been taken away in a while.
Yeah, so it's like sniff, sniff, sniff. Oh, does he smell like this? Oh, he's dusty in there. Oh, give me a minute. And Lottie like turns to the side and sneezes into her elbow like a couple times.
Well, we're not gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere, but not knocking on the door. So I suppose we should do that. He'll go up and knock on the door.
While you knock on the door, you see as some of the old folk around stare a little bit, trying to understand what brings you here and why are you knocking on this specific door. They are always curious. And while you wait a few moments to see if there is any answer, you seem to not receive anything, or if you do, it's just not loud enough to be able to hear.
Perhaps we should go around the side and see if there's a back entrance.
Oh, well, before we go snooping around, there is one idea. He'll turn to one of the people outside the entrance and go, "Excuse me, is the what's it called? The owner in?" And he points to the Great Vision.
The old person sitting in the nearby bench thinks for a second. I don't think I've seen him leaving ever since the festival started. I think he might not be interested in working. Might be outside of town for all I know. The window's been shut for a few days.
Oh, Seti's odd.
He's been missing for 3 days and ain't no one said anything?
I mean, not missing. He might be out of town. He doesn't have any family here.
Oh, if no one has seen him, or for all we know, he could have gone to cardiac arrest or something. Is there? I could not imagine a tavern owner just deciding to leave town right before a festival. Surely Zeti's the best time for business, no?
You think something happened to him?
Well, I don't know about him being arrested, but he could have had a heart problem.
Oh dear.
Yes, that is. Oh, okay.
Citizen, we are representatives of the Eagle Guard. I am commandeering you to go to the main garrison and let Erebeth know of this development immediately.
The older person gets up and nods a little bit.
I'll be right on that. You know it.
And starts. They don't run to Old Canabras, but they start walking like as fast as their tired legs can take them.
Can I sense motive to make sure she's actually going?
Yeah. Seems like the person is being honest and is intent on alerting the Eagle Guard or the Eagle Watch.
Dale looks at Ramasan and goes, "We could do that?
Did you see her protest?
I suppose not, but boy, I ain't never had a name worth throwing around before. That's gonna take some getting used to."
Of course you do. You just have to throw it.
It is a privilege that we must not abuse.
Oh, sure. One hungry pig will ruin a whole harvest. That type of thing.
Wise words, my friend.
Oh, shucks. We're friends already? Well, ain't that fun?
Though, I suppose if the harvest was eaten, you'd have as much bacon as you needed.
You got an interesting way of looking at things, friend.
Might I suggest we move in to investigate and secure the building?
Right. Yes, because we're allowed to do that, I guess.
Yeah, while this conversation has been going on, Lottie's been like sitting here like with mental images of a poor kobold who like you're tripped and broke his leg and can't move or something, and has gotten out her climbing kit and is looking to see if she can like climb onto the roof and get in that way or something.
Lottie, we haven't tried the front door.
Yes. Oh, yes, that could work too.
I'm a pretty big fella. I guess I should go first in case there's any danger. And
Yeah, Lottie, allow Lottie the privilege of going first.
What?
Oh.
What? Okay. I could use that. Yes. And Lottie gets out her shield and holds it up hesitantly.
Trust me, she's far more formidable than she appears.
Oh, sure.
Oh, Ramasan, you have so much faith in me. Okay, I will do it. And Lottie reaches, I guess. Does Dale like try to open the door, or is because I imagine Lottie might have to reach up. Although actually, no, if this place is owned by Kobold, I imagine the door handle is probably going to be low enough for like a short person to reach.
Yeah, Dale will like kind of skittishly jump out of the way and be like, "Of course, here you go."
Okay, so is the door locked?
The door does seem to be locked.
One moment. Allow me.
The lock on the door isn't anything complex. It's more there to inhibit the common robber than anything more than that, and you manage to twist it just enough to make sure the pins are all up when they need to be, and with this loud, it seems to be opened, and
Okay.
you understand you can just push it in.
Okay, so Lottie pushes it in, walks in, and now I'm going to mention the fact that I'm using the defend exploration activity as she is walking into the room with the shield held up because danger was mentioned, and now she's worried that the poor kobold got like attacked by a tiger inside his own bar or something.
his lion pet decided to be hungry.
Dale, as someone who is not used to like actual real danger, kind of immediately as the door opens goes, "Excuse me, we're not busting in for ill
Dale.
intent."
Dale, please.
No, what? Huh?
If there's intruders here, you would have just alerted them to our presence.
No. I suppose that is something to think about, huh? Boy, you folks had it hard here in the city.
You look around the inside. The tavern isn't anything that impressive. It's a small downstairs with this averagely sized counter and a couple of tables for two to the side. There is some stairs going up to the second story that lead to a closed door on the top. And behind the counter there is this half open door to a kitchen sort of place. The place itself seems to be quite cozy. There's also a door a little bit to the south that leads to a different room. It also seems to be closed. The place itself seems quite cozy, quite small for all intents and purposes. It's not a big tavern, something more homely and vibe. And while you do notice that the chairs are pretty new, the tables are well crafted, the floor seems to be a little bit dirty, like it hasn't been cleaned for a little while. You look around, and while you do that, I will need everybody to tell me their exploration activities. In your character sheets, there is a tab for actions, and you can go to the exploration tab. On that tab, when you go there, you can press the little magnifying glass looking thing and declare and grab your exploration activity and put it in your character sheet. Then you can press activate, and it's going to show up in the party sheet.
Is
really useful.
Is anyone here unfamiliar with the exploration activities?
I've got a good handle on them.
I got it.
Okay, good.
Thanks. So if you can turn on the exploration activities for everyone, I can see Lottie's and Remisan's.
Oh, you're going to do detect magic? If you're going to do detect magic, I'll do search.
Yeah.
Although, Trigardi, you have a higher perception score than me, so you'd be a better.
Oh yeah, I'll do search then.
And you can roll your secret perception check.
Dale will be following the expert.
I don't think we have an expert.
Oh.
Yeah,
He'll be scouting then. That works.
Yes, scouting makes sense if he's being a bit more bold and brash, you know.
Yeah, scout is always good. Having a second person doing search is never a bad idea either, just because you never know if someone rolls really low on their perception.
Yeah, there isn't any penalty on doing multiple searches, so it's usually pretty good.
Yeah, because scout will only give you a +1 to initiative anyway.
My perception's not too high, so I'll leave that to someone else.
Fair.
So I need a secret perception check.
From
All
you,
right.
Mr. Tregardi.
Yep.
Spooky.
Okay, so Trigard is paying really close attention to anything that just might be wrong in any sort of shape, and even to stuff that might be right. You notice that the the door to upstairs is closed, and the door to the kitchen seems to be half open. There is a little bit of dust everywhere. It isn't too much for it to be abandoned or anything. It just seemed to have been badly kept. And you can see clearly the stairs to the upstairs seem to have less dust than the first floor. The weird thing you can see is there seems to be some sort of mycelium growing on top of the counter of the the bar. There is this very thin layer in like a little long island shape that seems to have been able to grow there, and to you it seems pretty out of place, everything considered. And Rami-san, you do detect magic.
There is magic in the area. Beware.
Can I roll something to figure out what kind of fungus or whatever this is on this counter?
Yeah, it's a recall knowledge check. How I usually
assume
run recall
nature?
knowledge. Yeah, how I usually run recall knowledge is you can basically use anything you want. It will just give you different information. So you could do nature to understand fungi and if this is natural or what sort of fungus this is, or you can go like arcana and see if there is any like conjuration magic that might have brought this here, or medicine to know if there is any useful medical information.
Can I also ask, is your familiar like with you? Like, is it part of like noticeable on your character, or
It is not noticeable currently.
okay?
Is Rami-san also trying to recall knowledge?
Indeed.
Okay. Let me just delete the zombie token, because I think you're targeting it, and it showed me a DC that doesn't exist. Okay, but let me just check your nature thingy. I would imagine you're using nature or using something else.
I use nature because it's the most obvious.
Yeah. And Rami-san?
I mean, when you hit the recall knowledge button, it just rolls all your recall knowledges, doesn't it?
Yes, but you were targeting the zombie, so it rolled on religion.
Oh. Okay. Aha. There we go.
Okay. So Rami-san and Trigard both gather pretty easily that mycelium doesn't grow that fast. It's something that takes a while to grow. It needs a very specific environment, somewhere pretty dark, somewhat damp, and it has to have spores there to grow. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. And while you, Rami-san, seem to think that this mycelium might have been inside of the woods for a while now, and it's just spreading to the outside,
which is quite feasible to you. Trigar, you suspect there might be something not entirely natural about this fungus. For it to grow on woods in the time the dust you saw like cover the ground, it would have been way too fast.
Right. He's gonna kind of look at it. He's not gonna touch it. Well, I don't think the kobold was particularly house proud. There's no reason this should have grown in here as fast as it did. At least not without help.
And perhaps that is part of the magic that I've detected. If you look at the rest of the tavern, it is in pristine shape and everything is well carefuled and well crafted. So why would this mold be here? Everything else shows pride of ownership, but this.
You think this might be some
also,
sort of sandwich?
the bedroom door is completely closed, but the kitchen isn't.
Yeah, like it isn't the bedroom door upstairs. It's like
Like the door at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it from the bottom, but it's like a corridor that leads to the rooms.
Yeah, that stuff sticks out more than I do in the city.
Yes, should we be checking out these upstairs rooms then?
I think checking out the whole building, but we may as well start at the top.
Okay. Well, Lottie will try to open the door at the top of the stairs. Is it also locked?
It is open. It's pretty easy to check the upstairs. It has 4 small rooms. 3 of them are completely empty, and the other you see there is a bunch of stuff. It seems like the owner uses this room for himself, but maybe while it's not being used or all the time. There isn't enough clothes in the bedroom chest to seem like a proper house. And you can see on top of the little desk there is a ledger with a bunch of inventory, and you let me just see if any of you can read the ledger. Rami-san can read the ledger. And while you talk around to try and figure out what is there, Rami-san, you can see the legend seems to be written in Draconic, which makes sense for a kobold. And it's opened on a page that reads wine for crates, beer, two barrels to deliver, and have to check the stock on fish. And there is this list of barrels of fish that has the little place for the number missing, and then some data on food, like some crates of bread, some crates of wheat, some crates of pasta, and stuff along those lines.
It appears I found his ledger.
Huh?
Does he just have bad handwriting, or is that a different type of speak?
That is the language of the dragons.
Oh, fancy. I didn't know dragons could talk.
They can talk, they can read, they can write, and they can even breathe more than fire, if the rumors are to be believed.
You're a pretty learned fella.
Does that ledger? Does he mention anything about going out of town?
It doesn't appear so. Let me read the next pages.
You see the pages behind those are the inventory for different weeks, and the pages after those are just templates for inventories for the next weeks.
Okay.
You see the
What happens when
custom. Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
just a second. You see the custom of the code is to write the thing on the. Let me just check calendar things. I forgot the days of the week. He usually writes those on the. It's actually called a Sunday. Amazing. On Sundays.
Indeed. And what does the previous week's inventory say?
It
That way
seems to have.
we can compare.
Yeah, you see there is one less crate of wine. There is words. There is a barrel less of fish, and there is writing of the wine and the fish arriving on the fire day, and that he might have to store the beer he has currently for the festival.
Well, it would appear that he at least made note of supplying his beer and wares to the festival. So it does seem that greed was not what gripped his heart after all. And as I suggested before, that perhaps maybe there's more afoot in a city surrounded by demons.
Does it say anything for today specifically?
No, it does not. Other than that, the supplies were to be used towards the festival.
Yeah, today would be the 20th of Eridus. It's a wheel day, so while the entries seem to be on Sunday, it's 2 days late. Like it's Sunday, Moon Day, Toil Day, Wheel Day.
You mean the delivery is 2 days late?
No, the less time he usually writes those on Sunday.
Oh, so he's missing an entry. I gotcha.
Yeah, or it hasn't been a week for the next entry.
Sorry, you said it hasn't been a week since his last entry?
Yes.
So then I'm confused. What's 2 days late then?
Like the last entry is 2 days before now.
Oh, he writes them on a weekly basis, so he hasn't written the next one yet.
Okay, so the next entry is 2 days from now. Gotcha.
The next entry is 1, 2, 3, 4 days from now.
Yeah.
The last one was.
Oh, the last one was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well,
So there's no real relevant information there.
if you're saying if what you're reading is right, he had full intentions in delivering on his promises.
Well,
Then-
perhaps we should investigate the rest of the house and see if the goods are there.
So I guess Lottie will lead the party back down the stairs, still shield out in case the fungus leaps out and attacks them or something, because she's kind of beginning to lose the plot, and we'll go to the kitchen next.
the fungus does seem to be pretty comfortable in its bar counter.
Be careful. There is still that magic at foot. And this fungus uneases me. If we need to interact with the fungus, I suggest we interact with it from a distance first.
Is there anything like a stick or like a poker of some kind around, or like the fireplace?
Lottie gets out her climbing kit again and looks at the grappling hook.
Allow me. I believe I have
While
a
you-
solution.
While you walk towards the kitchen, will you go towards the kitchen before or after poking the?
Yeah, I think since the idea of the fungus being dangerous was discussed, Lottie stops before walking past it and is like eyeing it warily.
Everyone, come to the door.
Lottie walks backwards to the door.
If everyone
Yep.
goes to the door, I'll just cast needle darts on it. Hoping I hit it.
Yeah, the fungus is pretty still. It's not trying to dodge or anything, and you just fire these 3 magical darts. They pierce the wood and get stuck there, making this vertical line where you fired.
Oh,
It clearly damaged the fungus, and being fungus, it's just there. You
That's
really
good damage.
damaged the fungus, yeah. You're angry.
hopefully he don't mind a few scratches on the bar, huh?
I'm sure that wherever he is, that is the least of his worries.
If it comes to that, I could try to fix Zavar afterwards.
Hey,
Yes,
what's in
Lottie
here?
is fantastic. She'll take a beating for you and clean up the mess.
Okay.
Dale's gonna go, hey, what's in here? And then he'll point over at the kitchen area.
If I guess since we've sufficiently brutalized the fungus, Lottie will go with Dale to the kitchen.
I will also go by giving the fungus a birth.
Yeah, gonna go
Okay.
around the fungus.
So while you go around the bar and approach this half-open door, you can see the insides of the kitchen are in a better shape than the rest of everything. There is a little bit of bread on the cutting table. The fireplace in there has wood that is burnt. It seems to be quite old and already burned to ashes. The bread is quite stiff. It's clearly not freshly put there, and you see there is this large. There is another door to the back, a little bit bigger, and a trap door down a bit wider as well. And there is a small like crane that is turned to the side to and it's like turned back inside to be able to lift and lower heavy and bigger things down to the basement. And while the crane is like off currently, the basement door is clearly open with a vertical ladder visible at the top of it. And you see there is a little bit more of that weird fungus on the edges of the the trapdoor frame.
Yeah, Lottie looks at the trapdoor and is like, oh, Rami-san, maybe you were right, and he does live in the sewer.
There's a truth to every rumor, I see.
Can I make a recall knowledge on the bread to see whether I would know how long it takes for it to get stale?
You can. It would be something like survival, probably. Cooking
DC,
lore, if you have.
DC life experience.
Let's see here.
Lottie will make a crafting check to see what she knows about baking.
DC folksy know-how.
Where is the? Is it an action macros? The recall knowledge.
There is an action for that in basic action macros, but you can also just roll the check with control pressed, and it's a blind roll.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I will light a torch and put the torch close to the fungus and see what happens.
Okay, let me just see the stuff that came before. Okay, so Lottie, your understanding of bread is a lot more. It's a lot more scientific and like book text, and you know that bread that is left outside for a couple of for about a day is soft and squishy, and a little bit after that, when it gets to like 2 days, it becomes a proper weapon of mass destruction that you can hit people with. And Dale, you just have worked with bread too much. You just intuitively know that the bread has been out for a little over 2 days.
Yes.
Dale picks up some of the bread and like crumbles it in his fingers and goes, "From the feel of this has been sitting here for a couple days now. Looks like it's and he kind of like, when bread that gets like this, you can actually use it to draw." And he kind of like he scrapes it on like the cutting board, and you can see like a line of white like wheat.
Yes, this level of staleness, it does not seem supernatural, unlike that fungus.
Yeah, it confirms no one would leave a perfectly good piece of bread out for that long, so he's been gone at least 2 days.
And Ramistan, while you bring the torch to the fungus, you see it burns pretty well. It reacts like normal fungus when that close to a flame.
Hey, what you doing?
Yeah, Lottie turns around and sees Rami-san look like he's trying to burn down the tavern, and like squeaks in surprise.
Oh, my dear companions, you must take a break. For when it comes to what Rami-san does, you can always trust in my judgment. And just as I eat the fire.
Oh, you're an interesting fellow, you know that?
Okay, so that was not good for my nerves.
Yeah, you could do like a show doing that.
I suppose I could. Perhaps I will add some smoke out of my mouth, sound effects, some special effects to my performances next.
Yes, maybe
Dale.
You should...
Dale will lean down to Lottie and quietly go, "Hey, are you sure your friend's not a dragon? Because he can read dragon, he knows a lot about dragons, and he just ate fire.
And I can hear like one too."
Ah!
You realize I'm standing right beside her.
Yes, I think that maybe we should try investigate that trapdoor before we go too stir crazy up here. Please. Oh.
What is Trighard doing during all of this?
He's just watching y'all draw with bread, talk about dragons. He's like, yeah. But he will, when Lottie suggests the trapdoor, he'll nod. If you'd be so kind as to open it, and he kind of like peers at it, like something's down there. Someone gotta be down there.
Yeah, so Lottie will pull it open, and unless something immediately pops out, she'll stick her sniffer in and see if it smells like, I don't know, like blood down there, like, oh no, poor kobold got murdered at the bottom of this ladder.
The trapdoor is open. Like there, you can see the ladder. It's like 5 feet deep tunnel, and then you see the ladder goes down another 10 feet ish to a wooden floor. You can see a little bit forwards on the wooden floor, and see there is a couple of steps down after that.
Before we go down, sorry.
With you taking a sniff towards there, it's hard to understand exactly what you're smelling. There are a lot of different smells all at once. You can clearly smell like that old dust, like dirt smell of something very, very old. You can also smell the clear smell of rotting meat, and you can smell this more acrid smell you can't quite place. You can also smell a little bit of like sulfur from torches and the like.
Yeah. Well, smelling torches isn't a surprise, considering Rami-san just lit a torch right next to her. So yeah, so Lottie will wrinkle her nose.
You can smell it from outside and inside.
Yeah, so Lottie will wrinkle her nose. Ugh, it smells like rotting meat down there. I think that it's a bread. He's not the only things that he's going bad in here.
Oh dear. Oh, before we go down, sorry, is it dark, by the way, looking down there?
It is. Or you see there is a little bit of light coming from deep on the other side. Like a few strands of light reach where the stairs go down.
Before we go traipsing down where the sun don't shine, how's everyone in the dark? Ever since the whole demon and sword thing, for some reason I can see pretty well in the darkness, so I don't need a torch. How about y'all?
Oh, well, like most Yusoki, I can see there's a little bit of light, but mostly my sense of smell is much stronger than my sense of sight.
I've never been so blessed. I'll need to bring light with me.
I can see well in the low light, but true darkness vexes me.
I gotta tell you, it's hard to sleep. The first few nights when I got the super sight, everything was so gray.
Yes, that's normally how it works, I believe. That must have been quite disconcerting.
Oh yeah. Should I go down first, or should someone else?
I reverse could go down. I don't think that it matters.
Seeing as I can see the best, maybe I should, just in case.
Okay, so in that case, Dale will go down first, and Lottie will be right behind him. And then I guess, I don't know, marching order, the two casters can decide which of you goes after that.
Allow me. I will defend you with my honor.
Dale, the ladder is the ladder is a vertical ladder, so you have to take your 2 hands to climb down. And while you climb down, I imagine you like stare a little bit to the other side and such, or you go down like.
Yeah, I take like cautious peeks over my shoulder as I'm going down.
I'm going to bring you to the scene then. Go to scene. I think you should be able to see stuff. And I have to do this thing here. Does it work? It doesn't work. Wait a second.
Huh.
The kobold thing broke. Why do you not work, kobold?
I sure hope we don't get attacked right after getting off the ladder, because it'll take me 2 actions to get off my weapon shield. Yeah.
The Foundry isn't letting me move tokens through walls. Foundry, stop being annoying. It's this, and this, and this should be working. It is working. Now it's this and this. Okay, this is what you see. You see the downstairs is this not that big of a basement. It's pretty common for a basement of a tavern like this. You can see there are these tall barrels on the sides of the pillars that hold the ceiling. You can see on the back some stacked barrels on their sides tied in with ropes, and some crates and other bits and bobs. You see there is a torch on the other side that is lit. It seems to be on the last breaths of its fire. But the weirder things you can see is one of the barrels to the front. You can see the front of it, but you can clearly see there that its contents are spilling over on the outside. There is this greenish pool that has this very strong rotten stench coming from it. The fish to the side are somewhat chewed and also seem to have been rotting for a second. And just to the side of it, you see this small red creature with very simple clothing and not a spear for even if the image shows a spear. He has the little knife though. And while the kobold is sitting with its back to one of the barrels, and the one of his hands resting on his legs, like on top of the thighs, you see that he's clearly still, and the scene doesn't seem to be very pretty towards the lizard. The other interesting thing you see from a sliver to the side is the wall seems to be broken to some extent. You see the bricks from the wall are forming a pile on the far right side of the place, and you go down. And while you go,
Dale will call up Mr. Ramison. You said a kobold was like a big lizard or a little dragon, right?
It's a 3.5 roughly foot tall bipedal lizard, kind of like a dragon. Yes.
Oh dear. I think we got lizard down here, and whew, stinks worse than a fish left out on a laundry pole. If you got a sensitive nose, I'd cover it.
No, that is unfortunate for me, Zam.
And he'll rush down and get out of the way for people to come down.
So, Lottie, your next one, if I remember correctly, you see the same thing. You see there the the kobolds, the fish and the weird pool, the barrels to the side, and the broken down wall to the east. And while you two take a step forward, I'm going to bring the next person. Who the next person is going to be?
Ramasan.
He. So you are at 10 feet now. And you are at 15. And I reveal you. And I bring you to the scene. Oh, to scene. And you're probably in the scene.
Second.
Can you see things?
Do you see what I see, or do I see what you see?
Do you see anything?
Sorry, I'm not on my computer right now.
Okay. So I'm going to take a step forward for everyone, and I'm going to bring the last.
I had to go let my dogs out.
Go to scene. I'm going to add halfling to the back. And the halfling is going to be 15 feet up. And with still without image.
Now I see everything.
Catbird.
Yes, and I assume that Ramasan should have the torchlit still, or...
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
I need both my hands.
Oh, right, yeah, you have to wait until you get...
Yeah, you can have lit it up again after coming down from the ladder.
I need both my hands for a weapon.
Ooh, okay.
Oh. Well, I do plan on getting an Everlight crystal once you can afford one. So, this won't be a problem.
Okay, so Tragar, while you go down and you're the one paying the most attention, the view for you is going to be even more interesting as you see this very slight sheet of mycelium all over the front of the kobold's body, and on top of all of the fish that have any bite marks on them.
All right, I'm gonna climb down here. Unless I'm, are you guys still on the ladder? Can I not climb down?
The ladder stops on the.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna, if I'm able, I'm gonna go. I would like to go have a closer look. Okay, he's in my bag right now, so he can stay off the sheet.
You can lower your altitude to 0. You just right-click your token on the top left elevation, right 0. So Dale, being or Dale and Lottie being the people who see in the dark, you're going to be able to see the wall is completely broken. There is this large pile of rubble with what seems to be some sort of cave behind it. It doesn't have the brick walls this structure have, and it seems more cave-like in structure, something more natural looking, or at least made by not so much a civilized creature.
Dale goes, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one, but just to put it out there for you city folk, these type of underground rooms aren't supposed to have big caves in them, right?
Indeed. It'd be most worrisome if there was one.
Oh, well, there is one. It's just on the other side there.
If you don't mind, I'm going to have to make some light. I'd like to take a look at this poor fellow. And I'm going to, I'm going to use magic. Mm-hmm.
Okay, getting a little bit closer, you can see clearly the the kobold has bite marks on his neck and on his like lower legs below his ankles, and you can see the mycelium seems to be thicker around those and spreading thinner on the rest. It the 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 bite marks don't seem to be that recent, as they don't have any blood on them anymore.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, Lottie kind of doesn't want to step on this mycelium, so she jumps over it. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I roll medicine to get kind of like an approximate time of death?
Yeah.
Like how long he's been down here?
I will say for people who are moving, if you trigger combats, it will trigger combats or traps or.
And do I roll public or private G?
Private.
Okay.
Poor fella. Looks like he got bit by something.
You can determine that these gashes from bites seem to be quite old, and you can imagine the kobold was dead before the mycelium started to spread, and or after the mycelium started to spread, sorry. And you can imagine the information you have rounds up to the kobold being deceased for a couple of days, and you can notice magic.
Okay, so just so I'm understanding, he's been dead for a few days, and he got the mycelium on him before he died or after he died?
Before he died.
Okay. Poor thing. It seems he's been dead for, I'd say, 2 days. And this mold, he'd had this on him before the bites.
Yes, and clearly something has been eating the fish in here.
Yes, whatever it is that is taking bites. Sure, it probably came from that collapsed wall. So
most certainly.
Perhaps it is some sort of underground cave-dwelling vermin or something like that, and it came in because he was restrained or killed by that mycelium.
Poor fella.
Yes, this is a serious problem. If whatever is down there could get into the city, so there's all sorts of drunks out there who aren't expecting anything. We should do something about these.
Well, hopefully that old lady or man, I don't know. Hopefully that old person told the commander about all this.
I'm sure it's nothing that the four of us could not handle easily.
I'd like to take a look around the rest of the room.
Yeah, the rest of the room seems to be pretty normal to the most it can be. The crates on the back have a bunch of wine on them, and some of them have a bunch of food. You notice the two barrels on the two large barrels on their side on the top half are two large beer barrels, and you notice the torch is like almost at the end of its lifetime.
There is there is an underground tunnel over here.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Well, it seems there's nothing left for us.
For reference's sake, the dashed lines are difficult terrain. They always represent difficult terrain. So while you walk a little bit forward, and most of you are able to see the at least a little bit of the room in front, you or is Rami-san with the torturer or not?
It's Triggardi has a light source.
Has
Yeah.
like a light orb on him.
I have a light
Okay,
spell. Yeah.
so you don't see anything on the other room.
Yeah.
Oh, I need it on me. Gotcha. Sorry.
I'm Sir Trigar. Could you
The other room is dark.
could you get a little bit closer of that light? Is that light? It is a little bit too indirect for me to see down this tunnel.
I can take a peek if you don't want to shine a light down there too.
There we go.
That is enough.
So while you look at the room, you can see there is this downhill. It's just a couple of feet. So there's a little ramp that goes down to a slight plateau above a deeper part of the cavern. On the bottom part of the cavern, all of you are able to see that the entire stone floor is covered with this almost white sheet, a bit transparent in appearance. Clearly the same thing that was on the kobold and the fish and the bar counter. The even weirder thing is, how is there mycelium on stone?
Well, that looks like wherever that fungus was coming from.
And Dale, when you walk forward, you're going to be able to see even farther, as even farther to the back of the cavern, you see these almost flower-like huge mushrooms that go from the floor and cover the back wall. To you, they're all gray, but you can see they have these spots that seem to be of a different color than the main body.
Oh, I might be a bumpkin, but I know that spots mean danger. Hey, hold on there, Lottie. I can see a bit further than you can. There's a big mushrooms on the wall back there with spots on them.
Yes, I can sort of see them around this corner too. So should we be burning those? I do not know what's the correct protocol for dealing with infestations like these is.
Well, first off, I know a little bit about mushrooms. If you got something to tie around your face, you don't want to be inhaling them, whatever they give off. So he's gonna pull his scarf over his mouth and kind of tie it.
Oh, okay. So I guess Lottie has like a water skin which she can use to cover her mouth with, maybe. Then
allow me a moment.
Are you firing on the? Oh, nice.
Yeah, on the mushroom.
The bigger ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can roll damage. So you are really happy. You are able to very easily break one of these mushrooms in half with your darts, and you see as it falls to the side, and the stem peels from the wall and falls. While that happens, I will need everybody to roll initiative.
If at first you do not succeed, use needle darts again and again and again.
And my eminence will be shifted to my boots.
Okay. Need to do this. Is it right? I don't want to show the dialogue.
Blood. Bloody got a bad roll on initiative.
As like we all kind of get like a bad feeling, you guys see that a weird kind of shift goes over Dale. The outside of his arms get patches of golden fish scales, and on his upper lip sprout out two like koi whiskers.
I see I'm not the only one with unusual attributes.
Oh yeah, this stuff started happening ever since the whole incident. I gotta tell you, the fleshy feelers feel real weird.
Something very fishy about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, but what's
I think it's related.
Whiskers?
Yeah, but yours are like hair, right? Mine are kind of fleshy. I think it has something to do with this, and he'll lift his katana, and on like the scabbard there is the inscription of like what appears to be a golden koi.
Yeah, Lottie looks at it with interest, and that is why she rolled so bad on initiative, because she's distracted by the sword.
Is a jukebox supposed to be playing?
I just tried changing the song.
Because I can't hear it.
I can. There's like combat music.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Because I turned down all the way.
You're going to be the top of the round. You can't see anything. You fired at the mushrooms, and the mushroom fell to the side.
Well then.
For reference, initiative means that time is now being tracked, and the turn order is relevant. It doesn't necessarily mean a combat has begun. Might be just that things are being set in motion in some way, or a combat has begun.
I will do a seek action.
Okay. Doing a seek action.
What do my bard eyes see?
You will be able to spot a small, weird creature on the bottom of the same mushroom you just cut in pieces. You see this it's a rat, but the legs are closer to a bug, or it has too many legs, and its back is bursting with a fungus-like glands with this dripping viscous fluid. You're going to be able to see this weird ass thing.
Oh, it's like a Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Well, in a city surrounded by demons, this is the least surprising thing I've seen all month.
Can it actually? Yeah, maybe least surprising, but can you admit it's probably one of the grosser things?
Perhaps.
Oh, it's disgusting.
That
Careful,
is a hit.
it is stronger than it seems.
It seems like a rat with a mushroom thing growing out the back.
Yes.
Don't really know what the gauge of strength on that is.
Well, my shot was well aimed, but it didn't seem to take as much damage as I would have hoped.
Okay, so while the darts fly and hit the rat's body, you see as the creature screeches and hisses a little with the attack, but as you said, it doesn't seem to be quite as hurt as you imagine. It seems to be somehow resistant to whatever you did. If you double click I think I did a dumb thing. Wait a second. I think yeah.
It seems resistant to piercing damage, perhaps.
Yes.
True. Yeah. Yes.
Is there? It's open bestiary combat, right? We target it and then hit that, and we can add it to the bestiary.
You can just double click it, and it should open the bestiary tab of the creature.
Yep, I can see the unpiercing resistance now. Cool.
Yeah. I will be updating those as they come up. So it might not necessarily be piercing. It might be another thing, but I will be thinking
be all physical for all we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you do see the creature takes some damage, and you will see as the creature is next. It is going to see the darts flying towards it, and while you look at this creature, you see the fungus around it sending out these spores that float on the air, and the little spores start to glow with these lines between them, making runes, as the creature is going to cast a spell.
Oh, that's not the kind of thing I was expecting this creature to do.
No, it's a magic fungus rat.
It is, and it's going to target Lottie.
I will say this is also the most unusual creature we've found so far.
I mean, the only thing we've really found so far are the four of us and a dead lizard. So
no, I meant in my time here.
Oh, okay, yeah, me too. The only thing I really ever seen are regular rats.
Where is the spell thing?
I have seen fungi that would eat a person, but I have never seen one that would possess a rat and give it the ability to cast magic. Trigati, you are much older than I. What have you seen?
Just color commentary in the time it takes this rat to flip through the spell book.
In reality, we're really talking like this.
The rat is trying to make that happen. The rat casting a cold spell.
Oh, a cold.
It's on you, Lottie.
It's a will save. Oh boy.
Aha. Little do you know that Lottie is terrible at will saves.
That is a failure.
I don't think.
Yeah, we have hero points.
Yeah, I have hero points. I don't know if. I don't think I'm re-rolling this with hero. I assume the first monster we've. Actually, no, whatever. I think
we have another 20 minutes of session time.
Yeah. Okay, well, didn't help anyway.
First monster.
Two hero points ever.
First monster of the session, TPK.
TPK, yeah.
Amazing.
I have had this map is the beginner box map, right? I have almost TPK'd twice and have almost been TPK'd once by the rats in this room.
Yeah, some bad rolls can really fuck over low-level characters.
Yeah. It was at days. Okay.
It is incredible 2 damage and some additional stuff. You will take an additional 1d4 mental persistent damage, and the second one.
Oh my god!
As you
phantom pain.
You feel these runes almost entering your skull, as your entire body starts to hurt a lot. You feel the pain starting to be unbearable in a lot of ways, and it starts to make you a little bit sick. And the creature is going to, with its third action, scurry away. And with it scurrying away, Tragar, it's your turn.
Okay, so I actually can't see it. So
Dale will have relayed what happened to you, just so you know.
okay, so let me see here. And
Yes,
moving
and-
through other people's spaces is difficult terrain, correct?
It's not. Allies are just normal terrain.
And
Oh,
I guess technically speaking, we don't know each other's abilities, but theoretically, if you did just like walk forward in front of Lottie, she would be able to protect you. But I guess you don't know that.
Oh, I'm not getting in front of you at all. I just want to be able to see what's going on. Can I get here?
Yes.
Okay, good. I can see it. Okay, so
You're going to be able to see there is a rat hidden among the stalks of the mushrooms.
just to make sure it's in range of me. Yeah, it sure is. Just gonna.
Oh, that's exciting. The pre-remaster version.
I didn't. I don't know which one I selected. I just pulled it off the list that was there.
The creature has lesser cover because Lottie is in front of you, but that still hits.
Oh, shoot, I didn't know you folks could actually cast spells. Well, you summoned the Orbital Lad, so I guess I should have figured.
Do you want to describe how Tragar casts this beam of code and how does it look?
The runes are kind of a pearl white. And it is just a pencil thin beam of ice.
This beam flies towards the creature, and as it hits the side of the creature's body, you see not only the rat, but the fungus itself starting to freeze a little bit, and the cracks starting to form. It seems to be pretty nice against the creature.
Nice. All right. So I will then. I have one action. No, wait. No, I moved. Cast a spell. That was my turn.
Okay, so it's going to be another rat. And it's going to be the rat you just fired at.
Hey, they cut in
wasn't
line.
the original rat. It's going to walk a little bit forward, and it's going to target you. And it's
Yes,
going
how
to
rude
cast
of it.
spell.
It should feel shamed for its lack of manners.
Okay, I gotta roll a will save.
I can do this. Target all buddy tokens. Now everybody can see it. That is a success.
It had better be. I'm shitty at every other save.
Amazing. I rolled 2 damage.
Yeah, these phantom pains are not rolling great.
And a success. You take the full initial damage, but no persistent damage.
Okay, so I go ahead and take 2. That sucked.
So the same way you feel your head hurt and your entire body hurt quite a bit, but it doesn't seem to be quite as long lasting as Lottie's. And the pain gets better after a moment. Dale, it's your turn.
My eminence is in my boots now, so I'm quite speedy. Whoops, didn't mean to. I let off a solar flare. No. Let's see. Where's the thing? There it is. Let's see. Dale will kick forward, kind of like almost kicking off the wall to get over they get over his friends and a pretty good display of athleticism.
Hey, let me just describe stuff. While you arrive here, you see this plateau goes down a small cliff of like 5 feet. It isn't enough to hurt by jumping or anything of the sort. It's just annoying to climb back up if people want. And you'll be able to see more of the cavern. You'll be able to see there are more of these fungi on the wall, and the mycelium goes all the way up to here. This bottom line here, and it goes a little bit up again to what seems to be another cavern, filled with spider webs and little spiders skittering around the spider webs near the ceiling. You can looking up, you can see it goes very deep.
This place goes way deeper in, folks. Also, I hope none of y'all are afraid of spiders. Okay. So you're saying I can move down here pretty easily?
Yeah, you just have to take the leap action.
I see.
Just breaks movements, not does any damage or anything.
But yeah, Dale will take the leap action and get down to here with his second action.
Okay.
And then he will attempt to he doesn't draw on his weapon yet, so he goes, rat, okay, and he'll attempt to like low kick the rat to trip it.
Kick the hat.
Karate fight the rat.
No.
The rat is a master of karate. It watched Karate Kid.
Yeah, it should be noted that whenever Dale's in combat, he pulls off like weirdly like martial art adjacent moves that you wouldn't think a farmer would like know.
So when's he gonna start pulling them off?
Yeah.
Are you using a hero point?
You know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and use it. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell he's not actually trained in martial arts because you know that it might be hard to trip someone that's that much smaller than him.
But even then, he channels his heroicness and is able to turn the rat upside down.
The first attempt was just a feint.
Yeah. It was a premonition. He was looking at the future, like, discombobulate? Yes, discombobulate.
Toss jab. No, and that'll be Dale's turn.
Okay, Lottie, it's your turn.
So I would have loved to try to get rid of the second, but unfortunately, if it's going to take 2 actions to get to them, I don't know if I can afford to.
Well, you might not be able to get rid of this second because it was poison.
Okay, yeah. Admittedly, it's kind of metagaming since I know what spell this is and I know how it works, but yes.
Oh. Well, you wouldn't... Lottie wouldn't know that.
Okay, yeah, so I'll just,
I mean,
stride
none of
here
you have the spell.
and leap off. Yeah, I've played low-level occult casters before, but Lottie hasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, leap off, and then... given the circumstance, I think Lottie just like hops off the ledge and then just looks at this rat thing on the floor, and then just like, and then just tries to hit it with a big wrench and misses. It became really bright in here. I don't think that's intended.
I have no idea why. The light should be locked.
My inner radiance is beginning to shine through.
Foundry wants to be a prick as usual, and somebody moved and it just stopped being bright. Amazing.
Also, I should have taken persistent damage, but it's a question mark.
I'm going to reveal it.
Now allow my magic inspire you. Leg.
How is the magic?
I sing a song of battle. Actually, you know what?
We're going to kill these rats! Yeah!
Stand strong and we shall
Starts
conquer.
Starts headbanging like that Don scene.
Shoot, and I'll just cast shield for my third action.
All of these talk about killing rats, he's making me a little bit nervous for some reason.
The first rat is going to recognize you're still in very much pain, and it's going to cast another spell towards you. This.
Okay. Well, I guess I fail this one also.
Is it going to stay a failure?
Oh, yeah, the policy for hero points is one. Was that once an hour? I'm trying to remember.
It was once an hour. I just couldn't make Foundry listen to me to automate it this session.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I might as well hero point because I don't think it's going to last long enough for us to have like a big sec. Okay,
Yay!
Amazing. So nothing happens. You feel the creature trying to enter your mind, but your mind is already too full with things.
Too full of anxiety.
Yeah.
It tries to get in Lottie's head, but she's already a rat. She knows its tricks.
She knows its tricks, and it's going to hide. Tragar.
Right.
I mean, I can see it right there.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was good at hiding.
You know what? Let's just try to recall knowledge first, because there's more than one of it. So no, that's not what that works.
Where there's one, there's another.
Yeah. Where? I guess it's casting spells. I'm rolling Arcana.
Just to not to point it out to cheat, but we can see the spells in the spells tab of the creature.
Okay.
That should be just if the thing got revealed. I have to fix that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
There we go.
heads up.
Yeah, man.
I would like to know what the hell this is.
Okay, so you sort of understand what the creature is. This creature isn't the rat itself. It's just the parasite. This parasite that is growing inside of the body of these creatures. It's like wearing the rat thing as a puppet, and it's like mutating it. You reasonably understand that this whatever this fungus is, either it has been brought here from the world wound, or brought here from, or like this, but it is clearly of abyssal influence. You know that the Chthonian energies that like emanate from the world wound starts to corrupt and twist everything it affects, and it has twisted this fungus into whatever this thing is. You know that it's a Setnigot, and that it's a fiend and unholy. With your check, you can also get some information about the sheet. What do you want to know?
I know that there's specific questions.
Yeah, you can ask like high-low save, specific abilities, resistances, weaknesses, immunities, if they have any like
Lowest like
special
modifier.
thing. Yeah.
I would guess. You know what? Let's see. Creatures. I would say what its most notable offensive ability is.
Okay. So you understand this creature's main source of trouble is its surprising no one, it's spores. This creature, whenever it bites somebody, the creature becomes infested with these fast-growing spores that become like fibers inside of the creature. They quickly go out of the bite wound and start to wrap around the creature's limbs. And
God,
you know,
fungus is gross.
yeah, it is I got fascinated by this creature when I saw it for the first time in the book. I put the thing on the chat. You know, it starts to make you clumsy and unable to move properly, and at the worst things, you just barely are able to move your limbs.
All right, and letting people know the information I discovered is a action or
Free action.
okay. Yeah, I will announce to you. It's an abyssal fungus that's driving the poor rat. Don't let it bite you. Well, it's hard to explain, but you don't want that to happen. It'll tangle you. And then I'm going to cast Ray of Frost again. From a safe distance. I'm not going near that thing.
It's on the ground. Hopefully you hit hard. Hey, off guard!
Hey, yay, off guard!
Uh,
Because of the off guard and the bard.
Yay, Bard.
Roll a gold coin to your bard.
And that's going to almost kill the creature. You see as the plant-like fungus freezes almost entirely, and it's really brittle and close to breaking, but it's just enough to still be able to move. And it's going to be the creature. And the creature is going to stand up. How many reactive strikes does it take?
Target get reactive strike.
Yeah, thank God we well, it's not 5th edition, or everyone would just be like, nope, stay down.
Stay down, and it's going to try and attack Dale.
Oh dear.
Going to bite.
So it has to stand up and then stride because it's tiny. Then okay.
It is going to hit. Almost crit because I rolled really well for it.
Dang it.
Yep, but Lottie kind of throws herself in the way and takes the damage instead.
You take the damage instead of the ally, right?
Yes, and I can also step. You can step. You must enter movement adjacent to the ally. So I guess I'll step like here. Nothing saying I have to move closer to the ally.
Yeah.
Okay. And I only take 8 damage because I have resistance 1 to physical from my cool sci-fi armor.
Do you take the additional effects, or does the ally still take the additional
I am not sure. It would make sense if I took the additional effects, but I don't know if the abilities. I mean, I just posted in chat. Is the ability?
Yeah. The ability definitely doesn't say that. But it does say you apply your immunities, weaknesses, and resistances, and that's usually restricted to redirecting the attack. So I would say you take the thing as well.
Okay.
And if somebody disagrees, we can go over this during the week. So fortitude check.
No, it makes
Objection,
sense.
Your Honor.
Objection. Okay, that's a success. Nothing happens.
Yep, but
You're
Lottie's a
very good
survivor.
against force.
I can't survive.
And that's the creature's turn. It's going to be very confused as you just barge in with your shield, and it tries to bite you instead, and it's carried a little bit and falls back on its place.
Yeah, given its tiny size, I imagine that Lottie just kind of like shoved her like gauntleted arm in there, and it kind of like ended up accidentally biting it instead.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not very nice, making a rat bite its own kin. Sorry if that's offensive, I actually don't know. But still, guess it's finally time. And he will unsheath his sword and shift eminence into Gleaming Blade.
Come on, unsheathing your sword in front of everybody is.
I'll
Oh,
unsheath
no.
it to two-handed. Then I will shift eminence. And then I will bring it down upon this rat's head. Or this. Actually, you know what? Dale's a nice guy. He's going to actually try and cut the stalk from the fungus.
That makes sense.
Hiya! Oh.
Well, we have hero
The
points,
first
right?
attacks are amazing this session.
Yeah. I guess I get one more hero point, right?
Yeah, you would all have 3 at this point.
And I will reroll using a hero point. Yeah, it's not much better. Alright, well, that is a miss.
That's just because you can't flank the creature because it's tiny. Sad.
Oh, okay, I see. Fair enough.
Or I think you can, if you stepped here, you would be able to flank the creature.
Yeah, but that's all my actions. Unsheath, shift, eminence, attack. Unfortunate.
Yeah, true. So,
that's me.
unfortunately, the creature dodges for the slightest bit. And Lottie, it's you.
So question, but because tiny creatures can move through the spaces of like smaller, larger creatures, does that mean I could also push? You could also push them through the space. Like, could I shove this off of Dale?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So Lottie's like, well, you little thing, get off of him, and we'll shove this creature. So the shove is versus Fortitude, which is hopefully not its best save. Yep, and because I have punishing shove, I deal bludgeoning damage.
5 bludgeoning. It already did the calculation.
Okay. I was wondering why it's 5 bludgeoning for a second, but that's because of Courageous Anthem, right?
Yeah, you can just click the 5 bludgeoning and it shows up for me to do damage. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the creature's at 1 hit point.
And it's also pushed 5 feet back. Yes. So when Lottie's shoving, she's actually like knocking it away with her wrench, which in mechanical terms is actually a warhammer. Yes. So she shoves it off, and then she will raise her shield. Raise the shield toggle, and let's see. So I feel like that thing's probably done for. So she turns to the other one. And it's like stop. I think you should stop touching them, taunting it. And notably, taunt still works on mindless creatures. Okay. And yes, taunting it might not be a great idea considering how badly injured I am at this point, but
the persistent damage was kind to you. The first rolls in this session are just amazing.
Yeah. Ramazan's good at shooting, fungus on a wall. On a rat, it's a little harder.
oh.
You speak truth.
You still hit though.
You still hit. And quite a bit of damage, and it will be enough. Do you want to describe how you impale the creature?
A single dart goes straight through the flytrap's mouth, another dart through the rat's eye, and finally a third dart through its stomach. Taking it out in all its
see
vital
as
points.
The rat itself doesn't seem to be at all important for the creature, but when the first dart pierces the flytrap's mouth and snaps it in half, the creature, the entire creature just stops moving all of a sudden and falls to the side. And it's going to be the other one. The other one is taunted. And it is without magic. So it's going to go forward and bite. It's going to nom you. It's going to miss. And it's going to nom you again.
Out of curiosity,
Instant
shouldn't we see the final result on attack rolls to know if we should be using things like Ray Shield and that sort of thing?
Reactive
Yeah,
shield.
I usually like words. I usually bring those up when things happen like this. The second attack was Abyss because of the shield.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's actually going to matter for me because I'm never going to get reactive shield, actually.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is just useful to know, though, because if people with reactive shield can raise their shield to turn a hit to a miss.
There is a thing to notify players for
Gotcha.
for those things. If somebody has them, just tell me and I'll turn those on. But yeah, 2 misses, straight guards. Your turn.
All right. Lottie doesn't look too great, does she?
Lottie is a powerful and beautiful guardian.
Yes, but she seems like she's like doing a lot of bleeding.
Yes,
Oh, yes, she is quite wounded, but she looks
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, thank you. But also, I am bleeding from the arm. It would be appreciated if that could be healed. Lottie says as she's actively, like fending this thing's teeth off of her shield.
All right, we're gonna. We'll go ahead and use Battle Edison.
You are diagonally adjacent, funnily enough. Even if Lottie is down there.
Lottie temporarily switches to fending the thing off with her wrench and raises her bleeding arm up to receive the battle medicine.
Traegar just throws the bandages down, and they miraculously fall on the perfect places to stop the wounds from bleeding.
I'm imagining that Lottie's like hopping in place, standing on her tippy toes, because both of them are so short. Okay.
All right, and that was only one action, right? So I have one action left.
Yes.
Screw it. That thing looks barely hurt. I'll cast Wilding Steward on it, so it rolls a will save.
-1.
If it's a fungus, it gets a -1 to roll.
Or a
It is
plant.
a failure.
Or a plant, or an animal. And then my familiar, which is in my bag right now, but
Funnily enough, it's neither of them. It's a fiend.
god damn it, okay. Wouldn't
It
you
still
know it?
failed.
There we go. And it gets tremor sense and can point out as a free. From I assume y'all see all that over there.
Oh
Well, there
yeah,
is a bunch
I
of
pointed
sticker
that at.
inspectors.
Yeah, I said I hope y'all aren't afraid of spiders.
Well, the player, can see it, but I'm pretending that Lottie can't because I shouldn't be able to see it. I don't think.
Well, then,
You should.
Oh, really? Okay.
The fungus there are bioluminescent.
Oh, they're
They
glowing. Okay, sorry.
gloom.
That makes sense. Sorry.
I just didn't look that far.
From his like a black and brown tortoiseshell cat kind of pops its head out of the bag, looking like it just woke up, looks over in this direction, and just hisses. So it is pointing out the spider over here as a free action.
Something about having a cat hiss in her general direction is making Lottie nervous.
Sorry, I picked a cat before I knew you were here.
No, it's funny. I like it.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so that being your turn and the rat being dead, Dale, it's you.
Alright.
Finish her.
I will try. Standing here doesn't give me flanking, does it?
No.
It will because
really?
diagonals are weird.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
works for me. You know what? I'm going to use a Transcendence and use move and then do Flowing Spirit Strike. Alright. So here's the first hit.
Hits.
And the second.
Also hits.
Alright.
Nice.
Both damages get combined.
Which is irrelevant given they have resistance. Nice.
And
And
it's
it's-
all spirit damage.
And it's all spirit damage, yes.
Very nice.
What is this 12.5 at the bottom of the
That's
damage?
the
just
average.
damage.
Oh, okay.
Which you just did above.
Twice.
Okay, I think this thing's gonna be annihilated.
Yes. And do you want to describe, to end our session today, how do you annihilate this rat creature?
In a
So much, it just immediately dies.
Dale steps forward and for a moment looks like a completely different person. Gone is the farm boy. Here is the sword's master that apparently possesses him, or whatever you think happens. But in a single motion, just two quick cuts, and then before the rat even falls apart, he sheaths his sword. And with the click of the blade in the sheath, the rat just kind of splits into pieces. And then you see Dale kind of like stumble for a second, go, "Oh, I got him."
Lottie's like rat face pierced from around her shield, wide-eyed after that.
The rat just bursts into small, tiny pieces that one after the other fall to the ground, not making too much noise, falling in the soft mycelium on the ground. You take another look around. These creatures have fallen, but the mushrooms on the walls are still here. The ground is covered in this thin layer of mushroom roots, and this cavern, it extends upwards so far. The spiders crawling on the spider webs, and what seems to be, to Gale, another passage to the northwest. And while you try and grapple with what might be happening to this place, if something was intentional or if this was all a big coincidence, we're going to end today's session. as usual, thank you all for playing and for being here. We're going to go to our little feedback corner, and I'm going to make Craig leave. Goodbye, Craig. Where is Dr. Craig? Here.